Let's take this song to tempo. We're going to break it down with just the bowing first, with a simplification of the melody. It sounds like this. Jump in with me once you hear it. One more time. Now the way we get there, I did a couple videos preparing for this, so you can always go back if this is too fast for you. But it's all about getting this going on. You can try that if you want, real quick. The thing that's tricky about this is that I'm playing long notes. So I'm mixing in long lyrical notes, but always getting right back into that motion and feeling that subdivision. So let's just try the melody again. The actual melody, sorry. Once you hear it, you can jump in. So cool. When you can really put it in that pocket, that's what makes this song feel great. It's not about playing big and loud and tons of vibrato. It's about just really making it lock. Now the next part of this goes something like this. I'll show you how it goes. What I want to do is just that part. So basically we're simplifying it again so we can feel that bowing. Again. Now let's play the whole part. Okay, I'll play it a few times. You can play it with me. 2, 3, 4. Try it. Try it again. Yeah. I'll give you some of the parts of the melody just briefly, and we'll just see how that goes and see if we can play it back to me. You might have already done this on the D major version, the slower, but I want us to try it in the original key and at the fast tempo. So the first part of the melody goes... Play that with me, okay? Take it up the octave if you want. Now the next part. That same part. Now this part. That's tricky. It's such a great tune. Let's do some more play after me, okay? I'm gonna just play some lines and see if you can play them back to me. I'm gonna use some of the bowing subdivision techniques and also some other techniques. And maybe we'll start to talk about some of the chords that are happening in this as well. Okay? So play after me. Fast tempo, fast tempo. I'm going to tell you about the chords real quick, okay? You can learn these with me. It's always great to learn the bass line and to learn the harmony voices as well. So for the bass line, if we listen, we can hear that it's just playing the root of every chord. So we start with C, G, then A, then F, again C, it's so simple. That's what I played. It's pretty much the same thing on the original recording. One thing you can learn from this is that usually the bass line will play the letter name of the chord on the downbeat of the chord. Yeah, and I cover this on my course, Easy Tonal Improvisation. We have a new workbook that goes along with the course and everything. You can follow the link to that to learn how to make loops and make your own arrangements to lots of other songs like this. But I'm going to talk about the inner voices now. So the inner voices are like the harmonies. So since the first chord is a C, we can find those notes wherever the notes in a C major chord are on our instrument. So those three notes, C and E and G. So I find them everywhere. And then I can just make, wherever I can find a combination of those three notes, I can do it there, or here, or here. Or I don't need to use all three of the notes because the bass is already playing the root. So if I even just played the G and the E, like that, or like this, or like this, right? So I'm going to do the same thing with all the chords. I'm going to tell you what the chords are, and what you can do is you can write it out on a staff so you can find it, or if you want to see how I do that with my special like diagram, like I said, click the link, look for Easy Tonal Improvisation. So otherwise, you're just going to strum the chords. C chord, G chord, A minor chord, F chord. I'll just show you that really quick just so you can see it. So C, and if you're on a cello, you could do it here. So that would be like that, or viola, open C, open G, right? Either way. G chord, you probably know how to do that on any of the instruments, G, D, and B. A minor chord, also any of the instruments, cello, viola, violin. You can have A, E, C, and all you do is move your second finger here for the F, for the last chord. Okay? So here's your loop. A minor, just move that second finger for F, back to C chord. G chord, A minor. There's only one other part of the song, which is the chop. And if you listen to where I put it, I did it here, but you can actually do it like this if you want. And I've taught this in a lot of my play-along videos, but if you just cover your strings lightly like this, and then you just kind of let your bow drag and drop. So it's not just a drop. If you just drop it, it'll be a bouncing sound, but it won't get that. So you want to have a little bit of a drag, but a little bit of a drop, and aim for 2 strings. If you aim for your bottom 2 strings, it's a lower sound, top 2 strings. So let's just see if we can do that. That's it. You can clap your hands too, it doesn't matter. The last part is this. Which I covered on the first video on this series. I did it slower, but hopefully you learned how that worked. And it just takes time really getting that together. But let's just try it a few times, okay? So let's do it slow. Let's just start with that. Then the second line. That. And then it goes back to the first line, and then it does this. If that's hard for you, then just break that down to this. You don't even need to mute the strings. You could just do... Try to put it together, all 4 of the lines. That's it. Now let's take it to tempo. I think it's a little faster. You try it. So finally, what I want you to do is do some of your own improvisations on this progression. And what you can use are either the C major scale, or you can use the C major pentatonic scale. Either way, you'll be fine. What I want you to think about is just your rhythms. So think about the rhythms of the melody. Remember that? Let's try to use that rhythm, but with different notes. I'm gonna see if it works. Kind of. So you could do that. You could think about steady rhythms like da ga da ga da ga da ga da ga da ga da, or da ga ga da ga da ga. Any kind of rhythms you want. Just think about your rhythm and think about leaving some spaces and just have some fun with it. All right? I'll let it play for you for a few minutes, and we're probably going to have even more on this. So go ahead and do your thing.